Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Lee's class. Today we're going to learn how to compare ratios. Okay, look at the warm-up question. So recipe A for punch calls for 2 cans of concentrate and 3 cans of water. So recipe A, 2 cans of concentrate and 3 cans of water. And recipe B for punch calls for 3 cans of concentrate and 4 cans of water. So in which recipe is the punch stronger? Method 1. I want you to write this down. So what we're going to do is we're going to find how much water is used for a can of concentrate. So we use 2 cans of concentrate. For recipe A, we use 2 cans of concentrate for 3 waters. Okay? So we want to know for 1 can of concentrate how much water is used. So to make the concentrate 1, so what we're going to do is we're going to divide both number by 2. Okay, everyone, what's 2 divided by 2? 2 divided by 2 is 1. And what's 3 divided by 2? That's 3 over 2. So that is 1, 2. 3 divided by 2 is 3 over 2. And if you change that to a decimal number, that is 1.5. Okay, so per a can of concentrate, you use 1.5 cans of water. Okay, so 1 to 1.5. Recipe B, 3 to 4. So we want to make this number 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both number by 3. Then 3 divided by 3. 4 divided by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 4 divided by 3. So put this into your calculator. You get 1.3 repeating. Right? Okay. So the first one. You used 1.5 can of water for a can of punch. So write it down. You used 1.5 can of water for a can of punch. For 1 can of punch, you use 1.5 can of water. And the recipe B, you used 1.3 can of water per a can of punch. For a can of punch. So which one is greater? Which one is stronger? So do you think it's A or B? So do you need to use more water to make it stronger or less water to make it stronger? Less water, right? Thus, recipe B is stronger because 1.5 is greater than 1.3 repeating. Method 2. I want you to write down, you're going to find how much concentrate needed for the same amount of water. A, 2 to 3, and B is 3 to 4. So to find it out, we're going to make this one be the same, 3 and 4. by multiplying this ratio by 4. So multiply by 4, and by multiplying this ratio by 3. And 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. This means, this 8 to 12 means you need 8 cans of concentrate or 12 cans of water. And this means you need 9 cans of concentrate for 12 cans of water. Okay, then which one is stronger? This is stronger because it's using more concentrate. Make sense, everyone? So the answer is recipe B. 9 is greater. So you say 9 is greater than 8. Thus, the recipe B is stronger. Example 1. Erica makes her coffee with 2 scoops of coffee to 5 cups of water. And Jim makes his coffee with 3 scoops of coffee to 7 cups of water. So I want you to write it down. 2 to 5, 3 to 7. So 2 is coffee and 5 is water. 5 and 7 are water. 2 and 3 coffee, 5 and 7 are water. So we want to know which coffee is stronger. First, we're going to use the method 1 to find the answer. So method 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out how much water we need per scoop of coffee. So 2 to 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both number by 2. Then that becomes 2 divided by 2 is 1. 5 divided by 2 is, use your calculator, 5 divided by 2, that becomes 2.5. And 3 to 7 as well. Divide both number by 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. 7 divided by 3 is 2.3 repeating. Okay? Okay, then per a scoop of coffee, we need 2.5 water. And per a scoop of coffee, we need 2.3 repeating cup of water. Which one is greater? Which one is stronger? Do you need to use more water to make it stronger or less water to make it stronger? This is stronger, right? So you need to use less water to make it stronger. So Jim's coffee. So this was Jim's coffee. And this was Erica's coffee. So Jim's coffee is stronger. Okay? And method 2. So we know Erica is 2 to 5. Jim is 3 to 7. And we're going to make the amount of water same. So multiply both number by 7 and both number by 5 to make this to be the same amount of water. So 2 times 7, 14. 5 times 7, 35. 3 times 5, 15. 7 times 5, 35. So this means for 35 cups of water, you use 14 scoops of coffee. 35 cups of water, you use 15 scoops of coffee. So which one is stronger? You use more coffee for the same amount of water. So therefore, Jim's coffee is stronger. So you write it down. Therefore, Jim's coffee is stronger. And everyone, I want you to erase this. We're not doing this. Okay? Example 2. The recommended seeding on a package of a grass seed is 200 grams per 9 square meter. and carry spread 150 gram over 6.5 square meter. So is it more than or equal to or less than the recommended seating? How do you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to write it down. 200 gram, 9 square meter, 200 gram to 9 square meter, and 150 gram, 6.5 square meter. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out what's the recommended seating per 1 square meter. Okay, so what's the recommended seating per 1 square meter? To do that, we have to make this number be 1 by dividing both number by 9. Then 200 divided by 9, if you put that into your calculator, that is 22.2 repeating gram, 1 square meter. So this is the recommended seating, right? And let's do the next one. So you divide 150 by 6.5. You want to make this be 1. So divide both number by 6.5. Now that becomes 23.07. So 23.1, let's round it, gram 1 square meter. Okay, so which number is greater, this one or this one? This is greater. So this is more than the recommended seating. Okay, so write it down. It's more than the recommended Okay, let's move on. So example 3, write each part to part ratio to a part to whole ratio. So what's a part to part ratio? So we learned part to part ratio and part to whole ratio in 7.1. Do you guys remember this? Part to part ratio is the ratio of basketballs to all balls. So basketball is part of the balls and all balls is whole, right? So it will be 7 to 20 because the total number of balls, 20, and 7 basketballs, so 7 to 20. But part to part is 5 to 8. So this one is a ratio of golf balls to tennis balls. So golf ball 5, tennis ball 8. So 5 to 8. So part to part is, so basically like you don't use the total number, you just compare the part to part. Okay, so part to whole ratio, you can change this to a fraction, like you have 7 basketball out of 20 balls, but part to part ratio, you cannot change that to a fraction. So, and look at example 3. So write each part to part ratio. So this is a part to part ratio. If this is a part and part, what's the whole? The whole will be 2 plus 3, which is 5. Okay, so this will be 2 plus 3. So this is whole. The answer is 2 to 5. This one, this will be 4 plus 3. Part and whole, that will be 4 to 7. Okay, let's move on. Write each part to ratio on part A in fraction form and percent form. Which part to whole ratio is greater? So part to whole ratio, 2 over 5, 4 over 7. It's in fraction form. And to compare it, we're going to make the common denominator. So we multiply 7 to this fraction and multiply 5 to this fraction. And it will be 14 over 35. This becomes 20 over 35. So which one is greater? The second one, number 2, is greater. So number 2 is greater. And everyone, let's change this to a percent. To change this to a percent, what you're going to do is you're going to divide 2 by 5. So using your calculator, find it. 2 divided by 5. Then you will get 0.4. And to change this to a fraction, you move 2 decimal places. Then it is 40. You move 2 decimal place, then you have 0 here, and that becomes 40%. Same thing for the next one. What you're going to do is you divide 4 divided by 7. Then you get, using your calculator, you get 0.57, right? So approximately 0.57. And you move 2 decimal places to change it to a percent, and that is 57%. Obviously, 57% is greater. All right, everyone? Example 4. A contractor brought 2 shades of yellow paint. 2 shades of yellow paint. And shade 1 is made by mixing 5 cans of yellow paint with 3 cans of white paint. Shade 2 is made by mixing 7 cans of yellow and 4 cans of white. The client wants the lighter shade. So which shade should they choose? What assumption do you make? Shade 1. Shade 2. So shade 1 is 5 yellow to 3 white. So this is yellow and this is white. And shade 2 is 7 yellow and 4 white. So this is a part-to-part ratio. So this time we're going to use a different method to solve this problem. So this is a part-to-part, and we're going to change this to a part-to-whole ratio. Then that will be 5 to 5 plus 3. And 7 to 7 plus 4. And that is 5 to 8, 7 to 11. Okay? Then 5 to 8 is 5 over 8. 7 to 11 is 7 over 11. And let's use your calculator to find the percentage. 5 over 8. 5 divided by 8. So I want you to get out your calculator and do 5 divided by 8. Then I get 0.625. And this one, 7 divided by 11. Then I get 0.636. So let's change this to a percentage. So the percent is 62.5%. So this is 63.6%. So to change a decimal to a percent, you can just simply move 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places, right? 62.5%, 63.6%. Which one is lighter, everyone? Of course, 60.2%, 2.5%, 62.5% is lighter. So the answer is shade 1 is lighter. Alright everyone, that is it for today. Now I want you to start doing your homework. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye-bye.